Today is 19th of May and I'm walking out of the gym, leaving the gym. It's the first time I've been in the gym and tried working out in months, and it's the first attempt at doing a full workout or a sufficient workout in about 7 months, if not more, and I have not done it again. I've got on the bench, done 5 sets of 10. I've got on another bench, done 5 sets of 10, and I've just walked out. So I've not completed a full or sufficient workout again. So this is probably 7, 8, probably 9 months since I've done a sufficient workout. It's been months since I've even walked into the gym and picked up weights. So still tonight's the first night I've attempted doing a workout in 7 months and I failed again. So it's just a complete waste of time. I'm losing every single day of my life, and when I'm sat on the bench I can feel the amount of power they've stripped out. They've stripped out that much life now. It's not possible. The amount of pressure on my internal organs is vast. My jaw's completely wired shut because they've created a job where they bombard with accusations internally, costing me every day of my life to further the institutionalisation process. So they've institutionalised me at a young age and spent every day worsening it, bombarding me with accusations internally, costing me every day of my life to institution. And now you can feel the amount of pressure on my jaw and how much power they've pulled out, how much physical control and how much physical pressures on my internal organs and body when I'm sat on the bench. How much they've actually stripped out power or physical drive is an entire lifetime. They've stripped out that much now, there's an entire lifetime in there. They've stripped out my sex prowess, my sex drives, any kind of lust, any kind of drive. I'm sat on the bench with just no drive whatsoever to do it. They'll say this is mental illness. The fact is, it's not mental. You can feel the process with your power encapsulated in it. So it's a physical restraint. The institutional self is a physical concept that controls public life. And these officers are stripping out power in an institutional self, saying it's criminal or mentally ill. So they're internalising it to keep, and it's just furthering the control process when they're internalising it. So all they're doing is institutionalising people and they're just phasing them out of society. In other words, they're incriminating parts of your power or drive, making a job to strip it out, saying it's criminal or deviant. So they're stripping it out and internalising it to keep control of you. But all that's doing is keeping somebody in a possessed state and costing them their life. So it's keeping them in a controlled state and it's costing them their life. Like me, I'm sat on a bench there, and because they've stripped all my sex power out and all my sex drives, I can't do anything. I physically can't do anything. So they're opening an institutional self for apparent criminal reasons, behaviour issues or mental health issues or whatever they've opened it for, as apparently as an aid or an help or a solution. But the fact is, I'm sat on a bench now, I can't do anything, and there's that much physical control over my body. I can feel that they've encapsulated the power of my own life that badly. You can feel it and you can almost see it behind your eyes. You've no physical power or control over your own life. You're in a full control state because they've stripped your entire life out. And as I've said, there's an entire lifetime, potentially 15, 20 years internalised in it. You can feel the actual power that's been stripped out. And that's what every video is every day, where they strip internal breaking sessions every day, mortification of self, bombarding you with accusations and transgressions into the power of your own life and stripping it out and internalising it. And it's just further and worsening the process, leaving you more and more in a brain dead, physically controlled, restricted state. So the more they bombard you with accusations internally, the more life they strip out and the more gets internalised. So behind the institutional self, there's an entire lifetime, 15, 20 years of internal breaking sessions, internalised in a full controlled state. As I've said, I've just sat on the bench there and you can feel the physical restriction because they snagged my power over my own life and snagged all my lust and sex drives. So they're essentially distributing power where they see fit and however they want, otherwise stripping it out and incriminating it. Either way, left the gym again. This is the first attempt at a sufficient workout in 7, probably 8 months. And I've done 2 sets of 10 and left. I've done 10 sets of 10, which is 100 repetitions, and I've left, which is not sufficient. and it's not good enough. Like there's no improvements, there's not going to be any benefits whatsoever, there's nothing going on. Like you're staying in there for literally 30 minutes if that, and leaving 20 minutes and you're not doing anything. So the institutionalisation process, they've stripped out that much now. I'm struggling to breathe because they snagged my breathing. I'm struggling to even move. You can feel the process behind your skull crushing your skull because they've pulled that much out in internal braking sessions, relativising shit all day. It's just a physics. You can see the process where it's encapsulated my power over my own life. They brought it forward like a visor and it shut internally on my internal life. So they snagged my power, brought it forward, and you can see the visor as it's encapsulated my power. And they've just stripped my life out every day in internal braking sessions until it's overwhelmed somebody or institutionalised somebody. And they'll say, well, it's mental health or drugs, or it's not anything. You can feel the physical process on you. You can feel the physical restriction or physical pressure on you, preventing you, because they snagged your physical drive over your own life, your capabilities of actually doing anything. So I don't know, there needs to be more regulation on what they're doing with an institutional self, because they're just distributing power and stopping people doing what they want. Problems still persist. No sufficient workout in the gym in 7, potentially 8 months, still continues.